Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and in this video, I am thrilled for this video. I will be talking about a pattern review, if you will. I'll go back to the very beginning. I was at Hobby Lobby because I was spending some Christmas gift cards, which I made a video about shopping with Maddie. Then I also made a video where I showed you all the things I bought. And then finally, what did I do? So now I'm making this video about something I made. Okay, so it's coming along. Okay, so one of the things I got for Christmas for my husband was two cute Amigurumi. I was looking to see if I had another book like this already, and from what I can tell, I don't. What I think I was remembering is there's this Dragons and Unicorn and Mythical Creature book 1 and 2. And I think I, earlier in a previous video, got this confused with Two Cute Critters. But this is specifically Two Cute Amigurumi. And I really love it. I think all those things are super cute. So I brought this book with me to Hobby Lobby while I was shopping. I bought all of those yarns. I love this yarn and Crafter's Secret. Most of these I Love These yarns were running $4.99 each with an additional 30% off, except for that giant Crafter's Secret up there. That was $11.99. I may or may not still return it. I haven't decided because I was trying to find a color that matched that little foot. And I found one that I like over here in my Crochet Society stuff, so I might return it. Not because I'm completely against Crafter's Secret. It's just that it was $11.99 and I only need it for a couple little things. So I may head over there today because I also feel like I'm going to return the colors I got for the avocado, which I will show you right here. If I can find it quickly. The avocado is super cute, but I just brought this book and started, I can't find it. I did not look through my stash first, which my daughter asked me. She was like, Mom, did you look through what you had at home first? And I said, no. And then I bought this stuff anyway. And then I came home. Well, I can't find the avocado, people. I'm sorry. I came home to find that I do have some avocado colors that I actually like better than what I bought. I know, isn't that shocking? So, all of that to say, this book I was talking about, and one of you lovely subscribers, the reason I was saying I loved it so much is it reminds me of Moriah Elizabeth. She has a YouTube channel, which I will link below. This girl is a millionaire. She started her channel out as a little kid with her brother, talking about her art, and then she started working with squishies, which, these little toys. My daughter has been obsessed with squishies for a number of years, but one of the things happens when you are not careful with your squishy, I have been taught by Maddie how to squish them without ruining them, is they get damaged. I know, the paint flecks off, their necks cut off, and so this girl made her millions, I might add, repairing and painting squishies. People would send her broken squishies, she would paint and repair them. And she'd make them into cute critters and name them and all kinds of fun things. I watched the channel with my daughter. At first, it was just, to make sure she was a rated G channel. But then I'm not going to lie, I really started liking her. She branched out and she paints everything. I mean, you name it, that gal paints on it. Shoes, boxes, coffee cups. I mean, I could just go on. So anyway, because this video isn't even really about her. But I liked this book because it reminds me of the things that she makes. Like these ice cream cones stacked together. And this little creature here on a popsicle stick. And so because it reminded me of her, one of you lovely subscribers said, hey, Summer, did you know that there are some crochet patterns out there about her characters? Now, I did know that her mom crocheted. I think she had said that in a video once or twice. But it never occurred to me that her mom had made patterns of her characters that she made into squishies. So I'm going to say this wrong. Her YouTube channel is Miss Hootie Hootinen. I watched her video a couple times. Well, I've watched multiple videos of hers, but I watched the opening video a few times to try to get the pronunciation of her name correctly. And I'm going to look it up just to be sure. Yeah, Jeannette is her real name, but it's Mrs. Hooten Crafts. I'm sorry, I keep butchering it. I should have listened again one more time right before. But anyway, she very kindly purchased for me and sent me 3 crochet patterns that were designed by Moriah Elizabeth's mother after a few of the characters that she has made on her YouTube channel. One of them is a very famous dinosaur called Pickles, and it's green. Another one is a more recently designed dinosaur called Cousin Derp, and sometimes when she's painting things with them on, like she's painting another squishy with them on, or a picture, or some kind of container, she'll tell you a little story about them. Cousin Derp is more newly created. And then also her mom designed a pink Pickles, just basically pickles in pink, right? But then also she did Georgie. Now, I just talked about Georgie in one of my previous videos, about one of my favorite things I've made this year. And it is one of my favorite things. So I wanted to give Jeannette a perfectly wonderful thank you shout out for sharing these patterns with me. I was thrilled because, like I said, I've kind of become a little fan of Moriah Elizabeth myself, watching her channel. And occasionally when I come across one that is perfectly 100% G-rated, I share it with my class. Sometimes she says things that are borderline mildly inappropriate for a teacher to share with her class. Not that they're inappropriate, like she says the C word, you know, for another word for poop. She said that a couple times, and you really shouldn't show that to second graders. It's not my place. I'm not saying that second graders can or can't hear that word. It's just not my place to share that. Or she has these things that she calls nipple babies. They're not bad because bottles have nipples on them. But it's just one of those things I don't want them to go home and say to their parents. And their parents are like, what are you showing them in school? Aren't they supposed to be learning how to read? So anyway, I do show her videos occasionally. So I'm very excited to, here it is, show my class this little amigurumi that is made after Georgie. Georgie was first designed as an enamel pin, and then she made a squishy of him, turned a pineapple into Georgie, and then she's painted a few things with Georgie on them. This is the pattern. I will say in general, there's a lot of things to sew on, and that is my weakest point. As you can tell, his tail is a little crooked. I do think I did pretty good on the wings. I'm not necessarily thrilled with the pineapple thingies on top. I think I want to put maybe 2 little ones here because the pattern only calls for 3 big ones and 2 little ones. I think I want to do 2 little ones in the back. These right here are no way kid friendly. I'm going to tell you what, those kids are going to rip those out in a pair of seconds. The beak, I do believe, is crooked, and this, I followed the pattern for large Georgie, but I used regular worsted weight yarn. If you were to make Georgie with Bernat blanket yarn, which I'm kind of thinking I might do, Brandon will be thrilled. He'd be like, you just said you were going on a yarn diet. And I said, I was until I wanted to make Georgie in yellow. But this is the large pattern, so she shows you Georgie, his stitch counts for large Georgie and baby Georgie. I did feel like the beak was a little big, so I took large Georgie's beak and I shrunk it by 2. It was started with a chain of 10 and I went to a chain of 8. The feet are something I've never made feet like this before. So usually if you were looking at feet like this, you'd start with some kind of tube and you'd come down. But she actually makes you make something that looks very similar to a flower. You fold it in half. And then you make these legs and you sew the leg onto the fan foot. And I'm thrilled with that. But overall, it's okay. The other thing I would have done differently if I could have planned ahead a little bit better is, well, one, his beak is crooked. That really bothers me. Is I would have done the eyebrows. She does tell you when you're like maybe this far up where to put the eyes between rows 20 and 21. And when I got to about here, I should have stopped and embroidered the eyebrows on. I waited until I closed them up. And the thing about that I don't like is I know that these eyebrows, if this thingy gets played with by kids, it will get ripped out. Because I didn't have a way to fasten off like inside of the head. So I just kind of stitched over it and over it and over it. Whereas if I were to make another one of these, which I am very close to going to get some Bernat blanket yarn, the only thing is Hobby Lobby doesn't sell it, and that's what I have a gift card for. Now, I know they have a version of their own, but anyway. If I were ever to do this again, I would not finish his head, reach in there, put in his eyeballs, and then embroider the eyebrows on so that I could have a knot behind there so that his eyebrows don't get pulled out. Sew them together. So he is a looking at toy, right? So I love the technique that I learned for the feet. I wish I would have done something different for the eyebrows. I want to add more of these, and the hair is very fragile. This is Moriah after she paints her squishies. Has like this little turntable that has like a little on and off switch, and it spins them around. I was wishing I had that. So I am really thrilled. Now, for the colors that I used, real quick before I tell you that, in the pattern, her mom tells you specifically what colors she used. So if you want to, you can go buy those colors. But again, after this big hoard and something else I'm going to show you, I was like, Summer Lynn, because that's my middle name, you need to go on a fiber diet again, because I was on one all summer, and I didn't start buying yarn again until September, and I bought a couple skeins with my sister, and then I bought a couple really fun ones that I liked, like that hot pink, and before you know it, I am hoarding up yarn. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm going back on this fiber diet, but so I only made Georgie out of yarn that I already had, and this is what I had. This is Red Heart's Lemon. It's a much lighter yellow than like that one back there. Do you see that? So it's a lemon. I don't remember why I bought the lemon to begin with, but it's a more buttery yellow. This is Big Twist Light Green. I bought that for Christmas time. Either that or I was just hoarding Big Twist at one point, because Big Twist is closely becoming my favorite cheap yarn. Karen was that prior to. The legs and beak are made out of this just Red Heart orange. I have not gotten a chance to cake this up yet. I first bought this to make a pumpkin hat. Okay, so I have that down here so that the problem is I outer pulled rather than center pulled, so you know it's going to be flopping around while I cake it up. And then finally, the eyebrows, the very little bit of eyebrow is made out of Red Heart Cafe. That is my favorite brown to use for brown-skinned people. I really like that cafe color. I actually go and hoard that up sometimes. Like, I'll just be like, oh, right now I'm down to this much. And then I'm very close, although I'm on a fiber diet. I'm very close to just heading on. You know, maybe today will be my last purchase. I'll go get the yarn to make him and Bernat blanket. And then I'll buy one more skein of cafe. Yeah. So, yeah, that is what I wanted to say about them. This is Georgie. He is adorable. I am so thrilled about making him. I want to make the big one. What do you do if you make the big one? I've not seen Bernat blanket yarn in orange. I think I'm gonna have to do some research. My daughter, of course, wants him. I noticed when I was doing my video, favorite things that I've made in 2023, my daughter steals a lot of what I make. I know. So I really should go up to her room and see what she has up there. The only ones I have down here that are Amigurumis are these. These are Crochet Societies. This is Craftably Ever After. I did not do the head thingies yet. But anyway, I love this pattern. It was delightful. I am ready to make Probably, I'm not going to make pickles because I don't have the right kind of greens, and I'm trying not to buy. You're like, how can you not have the right color green here? I don't know. I don't know how, when I have literally hundreds of skeins of yarn, do I not have the right color green? I'm probably going to do Pickles Pink Friend, which is these two colors of pink. That's probably what I'm going to do, Pickle and Pink. Yeah, that's probably the next. But then I have this little box over here they haven't even told you about, so I'm pretty excited about that as well. All right, you guys, thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching and sharing my videos. Check out Mrs. Hooten Crafts. Special thanks to her for giving me these patterns. I'm thrilled. I love it. It's the best present ever. And go ahead and show her some love over on her channel. All right, and until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.